Okay, everyone. This is RHOA season 13, episode 12, The Usual Suspects. I was kind of not feeling um, Real Housewives of Atlanta this week. So it's taken me a long time to get this through. Then I stumbled upon Speak on It and a couple of other of my favorites who a lot of them are Kenya fans, and I, give them that. But please understand, I'm from the D. Word on the curb is she's a big liar. So hey, whatever works for you. And I'm only going by what I'm seeing on TV half of the time. I know her game. So she anyway, I will talk about Speak on It. So if I sound like I'm out of breath, I'm sorry. I just finished Tabata from If You Can Move, Kiera Lachey. And then I have another Tabata to go through in a minute. So I'm a little sweaty and I'm winded, but I'm going to get this through, I promise. Sorry. Cynthia's discussing her wedding with her assistant and Mike, and Drew calls. Drew was going through some vocal exercises. Drew calls and they talk, and I'm guessing Drew is going to sing at their wedding. And oh, Shady Mike, I hope you don't become, one of the shady husbands. He made the comment. Drew said, "What about Angel of Mine by Monica?" And Mike said, "Yeah, I like it when Monica sings it." So, ha ha ha. That was cute, but abhorrent. Um, Kenya talks to her dad, and they discuss, congratulations on 38 years of marriage, Dad. And, she has three, and he laughed. He said, "Has it been three?" You know, pretty much her father probably feels like even Mark's family, who the hell is this person? I don't know him. I ain't never met him. I think it's tacky that, she always states things like, "Oh, we're doing great," or "We're fine," or what, or "We're trying," but you don't know his parents and he don't know your parents. You looking crazy out here in these streets. So, girl, shut up. Anyway, they show some of the other people and they laughing and joking about some of the stuff that's been going on. I didn't really get into the weeds of that. Then Drew sets up a dinner, it looks like, because it was awful dark where they were sitting. Drew sets up a dinner with Kenya. And in the process, she basically says, Kenya, she wanted to say what she really felt like. And I'm sick of Kenya and, "Oh, you're trying to, you know, make me, you're victimizing yourself. You're trying to make yourself a victim. Oh, you're being mean to me, or this is an ambush, or you're going after me." Girl, shut up. You trying to play the odds, and I think it was tacky on both you and Drew to keep even talking about this. Drew, honey, she's never going to admit that she did something wrong on that trip, so let it go. Kenya, let's move on. Point blank, period. Excuse me. Okay. Kenya and Drew got into it about this whole issue with South Carolina and her being attacked, and Kenya feeling like she was attacked and Drew didn't give her a chance, and Drew told her that you didn't give me a chance to give you a chance. So they bicker a little bit, and finally Drew says, "Can you pack this food up? I'm about to go." Kenya jumps up and says, "Bring me the bill." And my guess is, and we all see the same thing, Kenya would have lorded over that she asked me to go out and she had me pay for the bill. So I understand what Drew was saying. Yeah, no, we gonna split this. Put mine on mine and put hers on her own. And I don't know why Kenya made that stupid ass statement. Only broke bitches. No, that's not true. Honey, we know your style. And real talk, from what these blogs and these places are talking about, you the one that's broke. I thought that was tacky for you to say that shit. So, whatever. The next day, now everyone is kind of getting the tweets and the blog hits and online points that page 6 has gotten a hold to information regarding Bolo, the stripper, and Cynthia's bachelorette party, and some girls had sex with Bolo. Listen, I hear all these people who are King fans or dislike Portia. She should have just owned it. No, she shouldn't. I really believe more or less because Portia probably didn't even care. Portia was trying to protect Tanya. I felt sorry for Tanya because she implicated herself. But I think that whole thing would have been cute if we'd have just left it at, ooh, who did it? And we all tried to figure it out. But for y'all to just throw that out there and keep saying who it is and forcing it, the whole conversation is in bad taste. Let's move on. But they sit around the table eating at the pumpkin patch that Marlo set up some activities at the pumpkin patch for them. And they were sitting around eating. They were really waiting for Portia, and they were discussing page 6. On across town, Cynthia was trying to get her wedding stuff together, so she was driving with her sister, running down all of the things that happened that's going wrong. Understand you did this in the thick of COVID. And although Atlanta was wide open, the rest of the world was kind of closed. Like, girl, child, you should be happy you even had this damn wedding, let alone you and Mike should have been in the backyard chilling, because that was just dumb. So anyway, they discussed the page 6, and then somebody asked Toya, was she in the room? And Toya was like, no, I was in my bed or whatever, and she was pissed off. And I don't know what the real story is behind the Drew and LaToya thing, but she tried to throw it off on LaToya. LaToya tried to throw it off on Drew, and Drew cut her up and said, no, honey, I have a husband, don't do that. So they, kicked it and talked and, laughed out loud. And then Marlo brought up, well, I want to know who was in that room. And Shamia was like, well, the person that was in the room is the one who keeps talking about her, who is investigating. And that's when Marlo said, that ain't me. That ain't me. And I was like, girl, yes it is. You was probably a part of it. Hell, you probably held the camera. It's probably video footage of this foolishness. Anyway, they laugh about Tanya fleeing the country and going back to Canada. And Bravo shady ass with the wanted picture. Yeah, that's why she ain't coming back fucking with y'all. So Portia, who has not made it, she actually drove, like they claim, she drove an hour away in the opposite direction. Here's the thing. Portia, you didn't want to go. You should have just said, Bravo, I don't want to go to this shit. That whole, I drove out of the way and all that. Yep, okay. Okay, Portia. Girl, bye. She didn't want to go, probably, because she knew about this whole page 6 and the fool of fucking nigga tree. Shout out to Roxanne. Love you. She said that was the issue. Basically, she was trying to say it was, this is the mess that you guys are made. I don't want to be in camera arguing about this page 6 stuff. So it looked like that was what this really was, that she just was driving around. But they go on like a hayride with no hay. They did some other little activities, and then it started getting dark. And Shamia was like, well, I don't want to leave, and Portia's on her way. So all the other girls left. Portia pulls up, and it was Shamia, Drew, and Marlo. Well, however they got on the subject, they mentioned that Marlo felt like, they are pulling away from her as friends, And, because she's gotten back with Kenya. And Portia was like, no, it's not. I don't have nothing to do with that. Kenya and y'all friendship is on y'all. She said, no, because I haven't talked to you since South Carolina. Well, I'm happy that Portia told her, I haven't talked to Shamia. And Shamia's my best friend. So, girl, stop. Stop, stop, stop. I mean, Marlo, you did the same thing with Nene that you doing now when you got friends with Kenya. I do understand those who are disliking of Portia, and they say she do the same thing. Well, they all do it. Marlo dog Nene in public when she was cool with Kenya. Then she jumped off the Kenya bandwagon, dogged the hell out of Kenya when she was cool back with Sheree and Nene was around. So, no, I ain't trying to hear that mess. I feel like this, and people who are fans of Portia gonna always stand up for those who are fans of Kenya, always gonna give her, some dap. I'm not a fan of Kenya's, and I see both sides of this little game she plays. And I am gonna give a little bit of what I felt like about her speak on it, sit down with Candy, but I'll do that in a minute. Candy and Latoya, Don Juan, and Todd are sitting around having lunch talking, and they bring up Kenya and the divorce. And both Candy and Latoya kind of speaking around it. They trying to see which one know which part. And so I guess they finally figured out they both know what's going on, and they discuss it. How they got on the dungeon party and the bachelorette party, I can't remember. But it is what it is. They got to that part. It was not even worth it. And I don't need to see Don Juan on my TV either no more. I'm tired of him too. Kenya goes to the therapist. It's about damn time. But here is just a personal note. I feel like all of this is a catch-all. And the catch-all is a way for you to capture that you're doing all this work to keep your daughter and get this divorce and to make him look bad. That was why you took your daughter to the girls trip. Oh, I don't have a village and I can't leave my child with anybody. And I'm not saying you don't, and I'm not even about to get on that. But this was what that is. I worked for divorce attorneys. I know people, all my friends who've been through divorces that got kids. Oh, the attorney tells you all kind of stuff to pull. So don't get it twisted, sweetie. This is a catch-all from an attorney. You need to make sure it look like you trying to do the best thing for a mother at you. But what I do get, and I hope Mark and his attorney, hopefully he get one that's decent, get your ass together, because while you sat there and told this camera that you waited by a door for 45 minutes listening to somebody else screw with your baby upstairs, what kind of mother are you? And I'm sorry if anybody that's a Kenya fan catch this and get mad. Too bad. You're not going to sit here and tell me, oh, it was gross. My daughter was here when Candy and Todd had sex in the hot tub, and it was actually not in a room. It was outside, and all y'all was there, and that was a cash trip. So don't give me that. And my baby was here because you weren't worried about your baby for 45 minutes. 4, 5. You were out listening to somebody else. Milk turning into ferment because you gone. The spoiled milk you got, they'll start curdling because you sitting down there listening at somebody's door. Girl, stop pretending like you stupid. I don't have the energy for Kenya with this lie. This whole storyline is her long, however many weeks this show is going to go on, refrain for her to say, y'all hating on me. I'm so this. It's not like that. Y'all wrong. That's what this is. I don't have time for Kenya and her story. But anyway, she went to therapy and she tells about her childhood trauma with her mom. Again, Kenya, I like you enough to say this. You 50 years old. How about therapy shouldn't be something that you're filming? Just 50 years old, baby. You're 50. It's time for you to move on from this little situation. Not saying you should move on from your pain or your past, but these therapy sessions about your mom should be closed door and probably with your mom. Just saying. Anyway, she talks about a relationship of the past. And again, I can't tell you what your life was like. I feel bad because this shouldn't be what's highlighted. So, anyway, we get to the end of that, and she just, her doctor told her what she needs to do. All in all, I rate this show a good 6.5, if I'm giving it that much. Really wasn't nothing worth listening to. Oh, I did miss the part where I laughed out loud at Miss Diane, Portia's mama, how she told the story of the faux strip, not one, but the faux strippers she had after she got a divorce for her sister's bachelorette party. So kudos, Portia, you get it from your mama. So I like that, but it was funny just all in all. To all these people that's running around saying, "Oh, Portia, own it, own it, own it," no, let that go. She ain't got to own shit. That could have been her own little dirty little secret she was supposed to have. And yes, I do feel like, Portia, you was stupid enough to have sex or whatever y'all was doing with the stripper on a cash trip or, on a girl's trip with people you don't really fuck with. So you and Shamia going, "Oh, we ain't going to be hanging with the..." Let it go. Let's move on. We had Kenya was on Speak On It with Candy and Don Juan. And I'm going to say this because I did think this was funny. Don Juan, I'm not really a fan of yours, but you was an equal opportunity shader. You shaded her just like you would have did anybody else. So I give you that. I do feel like, one, I was bored with her story on Speak On It, so I didn't even get through the whole thing because I felt like Kenya was lying at the beginning of it. Why do you care what Candy and Portia had going about Black Lives Matter? That wasn't your case to fight. And I think when Tamika Mallory got in the middle of it, okay, Portia backed all the way off of anything. Because, again, she's probably the person that everybody wants to get close to when they're getting involved with Black Lives Matter. So, Kenya, your so-called disdain for Portia and her social justice morph, we all got to understand, we all grow and get better as we get older, hopefully. Kenya, which I have to say this and I hate it because I have some Aquarius in my family, but I know they stilo. They holds a grudge to the bitter end over some shit, which people be done moved on, got a life, got married, got husband, got divorced, got 20 kids, put them through college, and you still holding on to some hurt of the past that somebody said. Y'all keep bringing up how she called you a slut from the 90s. When are they going to show the clip when she called her a dumb hoe? Told her she was nothing but a fucking liar and a bitch. And she told her you were a beard. Those are the things that aired. How about you said the reason your husband wanted a divorce from you was because you wouldn't put on the strap on? That was production who leaked that little tidbit. So, yes, I feel like it's okay for the Kenya fans to keep saying, Oh, Kenya didn't do anything. She was just a little lost lamb, and all these people hate her. No, we all remember all the bad things she does as well. And let's get it clear. I do like Portia. She's bubbly, and when I met her in person, she the same way. Period. I met Kenya. I've met her through people. I've seen her because I'm around the city when she's here. She has a disdain for women unless she can get something out of it. Because now all of a sudden you all on the Rob Fallon's team when you found out she had her own money. This isn't money she got because she got married. This is her own money. So now you want to be her friend. Same with Candy. You only want to be Candy's friend because she got that money. Because you sat there and said where the money reside. Yeah, you thought that was cute. Now you want to be Fallon's friend. But to me, you disliked Fallon in the beginning until you found out she was really the one that had that cheese. So I don't have no time for your rat behind. I couldn't watch the whole thing because when they got on the subject of Drew and why she disliked Drew and how she was irrelevant, so are you. You are a D-list actress. All you've had is cameos or one-line step-ons. Quit trying to act like you've been this, you are not in the league with Vivica Fox and Halle Berry. What movies have you produced that we are racing to go watch? What TV shows have you produced? What TV shows you've directed that were just like you brought up the one show, I couldn't even remember the name of it, that you supposedly on now on Netflix. Honey, you are a cameo on there. No one is casting you. Drew was actually a star in almost all of the movies and plays she's been in. Stop being rude and hateful to this woman. She ain't did shit to you. It's the same thing you did to Kim Fields. You found out Kim Fields was for real about her craft and you were pissed off. You are acting like a bitter, angry black woman. And it makes you look terrible. Now, y'all keep trying to bring up everything negative about Portia, and I'm not mad at you. Do what you do. I can't get mad because, again, just like y'all do it, I feel like I can do the same thing about the King conversations as well, so whatever. But I'm getting tired of hearing about, well, Portia did this, that's why Kenya hate her, and, she was cool with Kenya. Let me clear that part up. She was cool with Kenya. She wasn't not cool with Kenya when Nene came back in her life because that wasn't even the case. She got pissed off at Kenya when she called that damn friend of hers, see you next Tuesday. And trust and believe, the cookie lady, she disliked her when Tanya got attacked because Tanya is not in this like all of the rest of them. She lit a little sparkler and Kenya exploded the block. And it's not the same. Kenya does things to be mean. So I'm getting sick of this silliness all the way around. Quit trying to cape for Kenya. She's not all innocent like she says. But I am happy that Don Juan was like, well, what have you been in? The reason either one of you are relevant at this time is because of Housewives. Quit acting like this your show. I'm not watching because of you, and I know about 1 million other people not watching because of you. Kenya is not the reason I watch. Hell, Portia is not the reason I watch, even though I like her. Candy is not. It's a show that I've gotten used to, and I want to see it do better. But I'm going to need y'all to stop acting like, oh, I'm the star of the show. You're not. Move on. So, whatever the case may be, I'm done with Kenya. And I would like for at least 1 week where we ain't got to have this full conversation with her all day. So hopefully coming up, I ain't got to talk about this child no more. Like I said, you on here for stunts and shows, and I'm tired of it. So anyway, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 12, The Usual Suspects. Real quick plug, a friend of mine made this shirt. It's called Detroit Soul, Our History, Our Heritage, Our Culture. And I am going to add his link to his Instagram where you can purchase it. One of the sweeter shirts. I love dark shirts anyway. And I'm getting a little bit snatched, if you can tell. You probably can't tell. But I'm doing better. My workouts is actually working it out. So big shout out to Kiera Lachey as well. Hopefully, you know, we can do better. I would have loved if they had did this stripper gate bolo thing, like a who done it, and we all just got in on it from there. But it got tiresome. So until next time, hopefully we done moved on to something else. Let's move on. Have a good one, babe.